All right, we've got, last but not least, Big Boy Bandit. Hey, buddy. This is our week 2 recap for Bandit. I brought a new toy to introduce to the puppies this week. Whoa, what is that, buddy? What is that? This is a flirt pole. So we've got a little toy, little tug toy at the end of this pole, at the end of the rope. This is one of my favorite toys to introduce to puppies and to all dogs. Because it's a nice way that you can teach some cooperative toy play. We're teaching our dogs about bite inhibition, that they should target and bite the toy when they're playing and not target and try to bite the person that they're playing with, right? And so because the toy is way out here and I'm way up here, it's very obvious to the puppy that we are playing with the toy and not playing with me, right? So that's one reason I like the flirt pole. Another reason I like it is because it's very user-friendly for the handler. I can just stand here. Oh my goodness, you're a tough man. Are you a tough man, Bandit? I can just stand here, or you can even sit, on the couch or a chair or something like that and flirt this toy around. Where did it go? And your puppy can chase after it, and they can get some of that energy out while you don't have to try to match that energy, right? Puppy can be crazy down here, and I just gotta stand here. When your dog does get the toy, like he's got right now, I'm just applying like some gentle opposition. Do you have to go potty, or are you sniffing for snacks on the ground? So if he's got the toy in his mouth, I'm just applying some gentle opposition, kind of tugging it away from him. I'm trying not to drag the puppy across the ground. I'm not trying to like pick the puppy up off the ground or anything like that. I want to like meet the effort that the puppy is putting into it, so that play is a little bit of give and take, and it's not just like I'm dragging the dog all over or I'm constantly winning the toy back from the dog, because that's not super fun for them then, right? Like obviously I'm bigger and stronger than these puppies, but I don't want them to know that. I want them to think that they're big, strong dogs too, right? Good job, Bandit. Good boy. All right, so we're going to take a little break from this toy for right now. I'll bring it back out in a minute. We're going to get started with some of our training exercises. I'm going to start by charging the clicker. I feel like you have to go to the bathroom because like you're the last puppy. You probably haven't been out in a while. What do you think? He's like, I know you got food. So I'm going to start by charging the clicker just like we did last week, just for a few reps. Okay, I'm going to move, click, feed the dog. Move, click, feed the dog. And then I'm going to move right into him following a food lure. We did this last week too. Super boy, Bandit. Look at you. What a good man. Good boy, Bandit. Good boy. Good job. A new game that we played with the puppies this week. This is called the flying cookie game. I'm going to toss a piece of food on the ground. Okay. Bandit. I'm going to make some space from the dog. Okay. Bandit. Then I'm going to call the dog back to me. Okay. Bandit. As they're coming, I'm going to click the clicker. Okay. Bandit. And then I'm going to feed them for coming back to me. Okay? So you can see last week we taught the puppies what their names were. Okay. This week we're teaching the puppies, Bandit, to come to us when they hear their name. Okay. Bandit. Super boy. Okay. Bandit. Good man. Okay. That's the last piece I got. So I definitely recommend playing this game all over the house. Play it outside in the yard. Make sure that you generalize this behavior to all sorts of different environments. You're playing with the food for a long time. And teach your puppy to come to you when you call their name. Okay? All right, buddy. Let's do some hand targets. We did these last week too. Bandit touch. Superman. So remember the hand target, I want him to target his nose, touch to my flat palm. When he does, I'm going to click the clicker. Bandit touch. And then I'm going to follow up with the food reward. So last week I had the food in my hand because we were teaching this. We were luring the behavior. This week you can see I don't have any food in my hand. Where'd you go? No food. Bandit touch. And he's just performing the behavior, but I am still marking and feeding him for it, okay? So we just got rid of the food lure. Bandit touch. Super. You are such a smarty pants. Hey. So we did a few things. Let's take a little play break again just for a minute. Good job, buddy. You get that toy. You get it. Oh, he's got a good grip on it now. He likes this flirt pole. Oh, it's you got it on your foot. If you want to get a flirt pole for your puppy, I really like these ones. They're nice and lightweight in your hand. We have the link to this flirt pole on our products page on the website. Give me that. Oh, you lost it. You lost it. You lost it. Oh, see how this is a really nice way to get your puppy to run around and sort of like, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, give the dog an appropriate outlet for that crazy energy. Yeah. Get it. Boop, 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 boop. Good boy. He loves it. Okay, I'm going to steal this back from him again. Let's do a couple more things. So let's practice the sit. We did do sit last week. Bandit. Good boy. Sit. Super. You can see this week I'm taking the food away from his face more. Okay. So building some more stability. Sit in that position. Good boy. I don't have the food directly in front of his face, so I'm starting to fade the food lure here. Okay. Do that a couple more times. Here, Bandit. Oh, don't choke on it. It's right there. Get it. Good boy. Sometimes they eat the cookie too fast. You did it. Okay, sit. Superman. I don't want to give you the puppy Heimlich. It's right here. Good boy. Okay. You silly guy. Come here. Sit. Good job. Really good boy. Okay. All right, so let's do some down. So down is new for this week. So I'm not going to be completely removing my hand away from his face the way that I am with the sit because he's just not there yet. They just learned this behavior this week. So we're going to start with the dogs in the sit position. Then I'm going to take my cookie down and lure them straight to the ground, okay? I am feeding him a few pieces in a row, kind of turning my hand away from him. Okay. But I'm not completely taking my hand away like I'm doing for the sit yet. Because look at the sit we've been practicing for 2 weeks now. So he's pretty good with it. Down. The down is much more fresh. Good boy. Okay. And so we'll get more and more stability from that position over the course of the next week as well. I'm gonna do it on this side. Come here. Sit. Good sit. Down. Super. Super boy. That was my finger. I'm holding too many treats in my hand, so I can't slip them out. There we go. That's better. Good boy. Good boy. Okay. Let's do one more down. Yeah, see, he bit my finger because I was not holding the food appropriately. Down. Good boy. That's better when I have fewer in my hand. Good boy. Okay. All right, so we're going to apply the down to the mat now. Okay, so remember, the mat is going to be a stay, but this is week 2, step 2. I want to see if he can offer me the down on the mat. There it is. Good boy. Good job. Super. These dogs are so smart. They're all doing so well with their mats. Okay. Let's pick it up. Let's move it. See if he can do it again. Just giving him a little bit of time. Good job. A little bit of time just to work it out on his own. Good. Good job. Okay. Let's do that again. I know you want to go back on it. I'm going to take it from you. Yeah, I'm going to take it from you. Let's move it up here onto this mat. Good boy. So again, I'm just giving that puppy a little bit of time to figure out what it is that's going to earn him the click and then subsequently the cookies. Good job, Bub. Okay. One more time. Yeah, Bub. You did it. Good boy. All right, so next week we'll work on a little bit of distance, trying to move around a little bit while the puppies stay on the mat. But this is our step 2. Okay, week 2. Good job, Bub. He's so smart. Want to do something else new? The other new thing we introduced this week was the crate. The puppies have all been sleeping in the crates at night, but we want to train them to go in and out of the crate on their own. They don't like to try to chase a puppy around and grab them and put them in the crate. I want the dog to go into the crate just on their own when I ask them to, okay? So we've been working on that this week. We've got our crate, we've got our cookies, got our clicker. Bandit kennel. Good boy. And I'm going to open up the door, cue him to go in, kind of lure him with the food. Once he gets 4 paws in, I'm going to mark with the clicker and then just start to drop those cookies in. Good boy, you got it, yeah. Okay. Release him to come out with that okay. Kennel. Superman. You can like feed through the bars like that, or you can drop the food in. Look at it. There, it's in the tray. You're silly. Good boy. There you go. There's another one. Good job, Bandit. Okay. All right, and so whether I am kennel doing a training session like this and I have cookies, or if I actually need to lock the dog in the crate because I'm leaving the house, I do this, excuse me, get the dog into the crate the same way every time, okay? I'm using some kind of food reward to get them in there. Good boy, Bandit. Okay, if I'm actually gonna be locking the dog in the kennel for a period of time, usually I'll use, and I'm gonna like leave the house or something, I'll use like a Kong, and I'll stuff the Kong with a little bit of wet food. Okay, then that way I'm gonna ask them kennel, just like I am right now. They're gonna go in, and then I'm gonna toss the Kong inside, okay? And they're gonna start to lick and chew at the Kong. That's gonna hold their attention and last a little bit longer, so then that way I can get ready and then I can leave, and the dog isn't worried about the fact that they're locked in here and I'm leaving, because they are building positive associations with that Kong toy, okay? Okay, I like to stuff the Kong with maybe a couple tablespoons of like wet dog food. They seem to really love that. Good job, buddy. And I do that for a long time. Every time I need to lock the dog inside the crate, I'm tossing a Kong in there with them. You know, and that creates a dog that really, really is happy to go into their crate and doesn't care that you're like leaving the house, right? I said this in all the other videos as well, that, you know, I start to do this right off the bat. I get my puppy, the next day I leave the house. I'm not trying to not leave the dog alone because they need to learn about aloneness, but I'm doing it in a strategic way, okay? I'm probably not leaving the house for the first time for like 6 hours, maybe an hour or something like that, but I'm setting them up for success, that sometimes I leave the house, it's okay, you've got your Kong toy, you can take a little nap and then I'll be back and it's not the end of the world, okay? If you wait a week to leave your puppy home alone, they will struggle with it, okay? So do not do that. If you took a week off of work because your new puppy is coming home, then you do need to do some intentional leaving the house to make sure that it's not this big surprise a week in, all of a sudden the routine is different because you got to go back to work, okay? All right, so let's do a little bit of harness time with Bandit. Come here, buddy. I'm going to pick you up and get your harness on. You're a big boy, yeah. I'm going to use this one. There's one foot. Get that other foot in. Good job. Oh my goodness. Okay. And we're going to set that down. All right, just like last week, you can either toss some cookies on the ground once you get it on. I like to do something fun once I get the harness on, if I have to restrain them like that. Right, so Bandit really likes his toy, so we're just going to play for a second after we've got him dressed here. Good job, buddy. You love this flirt pole. Bandit wants a flirt pole. Oh my goodness. So you see how he's got it right now, and I'm like tugging a little bit, and then I let him win. And then I'm tugging a little bit, applying some opposition, and then I'm going to let him win. Going back and forth like that, play should be 50-50. Right? A little bit of give, a little bit of take, a little bit of give, a Little bit of take. Right, if you happen to get the toy back from him, because he let go, then we can flirt it around again, get him to chase it again. Good job. Then let him catch it again. So it's kind of like a cyclical game, you know what I mean? Good boy. We are going to practice doing some of his, just a couple of his behaviors with his harness on here too. Oh, I'm going to steal that from you. I got it. Hey, Bandit, come here. Sit. Good, sit. Down. Super boy. Okay. Bandit. Good man. Ready? Touch. Good touch. Bandit, touch. Good boy. Okay. Bandit. Super. Great. Let's take his harness off now because I got one more thing to show you. Come here, big boy. All right. Grab some more food. In our handling exercises for this week, we introduced some grooming tools. So I've got a brush and a pair of nail clippers here, and I'm going to show you what this looks like. Just like last week, I'm going to get him connected to the food lure that's in my hand. Then I'm going to take the brush and I'm just going to pat him with the brush for a couple of strokes. Yes, and I'm going to let him have a cookie for that. And we're going to do that a few times. Yes, good boy. Yes, that's a good man, Bandit. Okay. Reset him. Now we're going to do the nail clippers. Sit. Take the nail clippers. Yes. I'm just going to touch them to his feet. Yes. Good boy. Yes. Yes. Did that to all 4 feet. Reset him. Okay. All right. So if you want to leave nail trimming up to the groomer or your vet, that's totally fine. Okay. Do practice this exercise with them still, just with like a novel object. So I've used a fork. I just take a fork, touch their feet with it. I just want to practice with the puppy to make sure they're okay with being touched with different items. You will need a brush. You will need a brush for these puppies, so make sure you get one. Yes, we also have brushes that I like on our products page. But you will need to maintain brushing in between grooming appointments at home. Good boy. Yes. Okay, all done. We want to make sure that our dogs aren't getting matted in between grooming appointments because then if they're matted and then you take them to the groomer and the groomer has to try to work that out, it can be uncomfortable, it can be a little bit of pain, it could be a little bit painful, and now the puppy is making, you know, poor experiences, poor associations with the grooming process, and we want to make sure it's something that they don't grow to resent. So it's very important that if you have a dog with a coat type like this, that you get comfortable with brushing your puppy, you get the puppy comfortable with being brushed, so then that way you can maintain their coat in between grooming sessions, and grooming is a positive experience for them, okay? So Bandit did fantastic for his second video recap. Come here, buddy. Get your Zoom lesson booked if you haven't done that yet. You can book with myself or Marissa. Marissa's been working with the pups, and she will be here to do their week 3 video recap, so you'll see her in the week 3 video. If you have any questions, so you can book with me or her. If my availability doesn't match yours, you can check Marissa's. If you have any questions, just shoot us an email, but we will see you next week.